One of the biggest confusion that a lot of smart money traders or supply and demand traders are having is that, are order blocks the same as supply or demand levels? And the answer is absolutely no. Order blocks are basically refined levels of out of supply and demand. Meanwhile, supply and demand are basically broader buying or selling levels. Now, let me show you a typical difference. Now, let me give you a typical example of it. Like, for example, if we are to identify a supply or demand level, we will be marking the whole of this level like this as a supply or demand level. Why? Because this is a good buying level as it meets up with a typical supply or demand level requirement. Why? Because it creates a market shift followed by a break of structure. Now, if we are to talk of order blocks are basically the refined levels of this. Now, for an order block, instead of marking this whole level like this, what we basically do is simply we identify a single candle, which is the last candle that comes before the high momentum away from the level. So you see the difference. A supply or demand level is taking up all of here. Meanwhile, an order block is basically restricted to the last bearish candle in a bullish market or the last bullish candle in a bearish market. So this is basically an order block, and supply and demand takes out all of here. Now let's basically see how it plays out. Actually, I already know how it will play out. So that is basically how it played out. So basically, this is the difference between order blocks and supply and demand. Order blocks are refined levels that are refined out of supply and demand. Basically, you need supply and demand to be able to get an order block